with purpose, I guess.
What is this? Oh, crap.
I have been sneaking in a couple of
Why did this do this again? I think that was me. I'm doing some stuff over here, and I think it did something over there.
Dismiss. Okay, there's that. Interesting. I've been trying to figure out, and with... Obviously, it's going to be a lost effort in general, as I've come to realize, but, you know, curiosity killed the cat, right? Mr. Eric is highly talented dude, but he does not know the first thing about marketing at all. I'm really kind of surprised at how little is known about how social media works in general.
Uh-huh.
On a personal level. I mean, not like... He understands the concept of how it works, but he doesn't take advantage of it.
That happens a lot.
And I'm not to say that I do it right at all. And there's technically right ways and wrong ways, and that right and wrong way changes from day to day. But it just kind of frustrated me a little bit because he's over here and then he's over there and he's all over the place and only part of his stuff is up and, well, I was looking for this. Where is it? Well, I don't even have that on the internet. I'm like, what? What is happening right now?
Yep.
And so I don't know why I'm so fascinated with the things that he does or doesn't do, because clearly it has nothing to do with me whatsoever. Maybe it's probably because he comes around asking for the advice.
Yep.
But then I already know out of the gate there's not going to be any action taken on it necessarily. I don't know. I'm just one of those people that wants to help people, especially whenever they have a talent and they're very, very good at what they do. Brand new alt book. Yes, I have. Let me hop out of this bit. Check it out. Look at her. She's so pretty.
I love it.
There we go. Now you can actually see. Lovely.
I'm having some issues over here, so sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the Facebook Live one to connect up.
What are you doing?
And we're going to go without it here in a minute.
Aw, boo. So, you started the live feeds all, 15 minutes early. So,
well, no, I'm trying to start that.
No, I'm just curious. If they go back and watch the replays, they're going to see 15 minutes of blah, 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 right?
I'll re-upload. I'll upload a new something.
Oh, okay. What?
You want to see how strong my muscles are now?
Let's see how strong. Wait. Show me, don't you? Right.
Oh, yeah.
See it?
Yeah.
See that muscle? Right here?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
He's a strong one, that one is. I bet he could break a board with that arm.
I don't know. Let's see.
No, I don't have any boards. Oh. That one is strong too. What about your kisses? Are your kisses strong? Have you been working out your kisses?
They better be.
The best. The best ones.
Yeah.
Your what? Your hugs? Oh. They're so tight. They're so tight. The hugs are so tight.
I like my snuggles.
Oh. That's snuggles.
Those are the best.
Are them too good or too tight?
They're just right.
No, they're just right.
You have the snuggliest snuggles in the whole world.
I'll get that book.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Get the book.
I'm going to start the video pre-roll, and we get to mute ourselves somehow.
Do you have control over the volumes, or do I just need to do it?
I thought I have unmute over here, but I don't know if it's for both of us. I think
I muted myself, so I have to do the book.
Okay.
Welcome to Creative Connections Podcast, creating connections while inspiring others to create their futures. We are grateful to be supported by several amazing sponsors listed below in the show notes. Check them out to see what tools we have for your business or creativity and tell them we said hello. And now, here is your hostess of Creative Connections, inspirer of futures, creator of connections, and coach of productivity and creativity, Stacy Bryuka.
Oh my, I think I have the wrong screen shared. Well, let's fix that. Oh my, okay. Let's get the right screen shared first, and then we'll be happy. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, because nothing can be like where I want it today. Mercury is in retrograde. Are you familiar with retrograde? Mercury jacks it all up. Just exactly whatever you plan, it gets unplanned. Anything you think you want to do, yep, it's not going to work that way. I can't hear you, Lindsay.
You didn't tell me to unmute.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. So, thank you, Lindsay Badger, for showing up and hanging out with me today. To Mercury retrograde or not, we're opening the gates for Creative Connections 2019.
It's here. Forget Mercury.
Mercury can do what Mercury's going to do. I've got the squirrels.
Mercury can go kiss an asteroid.
I've got squirrels.
You do have squirrels. Do your squirrels have names?
The squirrels don't have names.
Squirrels.
I think the squirrels... I think I need a contest to name the squirrels. I have a gray squirrel and a brown squirrel. And yes, they have my fingers. Yeah. They're finger puppets.
Their butts.
They're finger puppets. They're supposed to have your...
Well, puppeteers don't ever show themselves. They just show their... Yeah, see, that's not awkward. That part
That's
is not
less awkward.
You get in frame with hand
I know.
to a totally different topic. That's like kink taxidermy or something. I don't know what it is. Anyways.
So yes, I need names for the squirrels. So
my son's giggling over here because he heard me talking about having your finger up a squirrel's butt.
well, you know, I mean, you can be 10 or you can be 5 or 50 and have that.
Yeah, 5-year-olds love anything to do with butts.
And
The word butt itself.
you can be 50 and have that issue. And I'm still got the wrong screen again.
I really hope they didn't jack with my internet. I don't know if you guys, did you hear the beep? It was the backup battery. Weird.
A backup battery?
Yeah, we have a backup battery for a surge protector for your computer.
I need one of those. If anybody's got...
We have one upstairs and we have one downstairs for all of the entertainment system stuff, so it doesn't get jacked. So, Josh's computer is on one. I have a laptop that has a battery, so we don't really have to worry about that one so much. But, so... when it's windy, right now in Oklahoma, where I'm from, we have a wind advisory going on, so we're going to have gusts up to 60 miles per hour today. And so, since we have aerial lines in the area, the power gets a little sketchy sometimes. So we do experience brownouts and maybe even temporary blackouts. Thankfully...
That's just Mother Nature gearing up for our favorite season here in the Midwest.
God. Yes. Tornado season is
where she gets her, her blow on.
Yes. Oklahoma loves a good blowjob.
Missouri does too. Missouri and Oklahoma both love the best blowjobs. And you never know what you're going to hear on this show, and we're going to, we keep things clean to an extent, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have any innuendous moments.
Then it's like,
well,
you can't control me.
And with me, you can't control me either. I've got purple hair. How can you control somebody with purple hair?
Yeah, the news even put out on their Facebook page today, power outages are possible.
Well, and I've recently found out, and if you hear funny sound crackling on my sound system, this is maybe why. We've got gusts of wind here in Missouri as well. But my understanding is that if you don't have a backup power system on your computer, let me back up. If you put a system like that on your computer, it actually can help filter electronic interference for your sound system. So I'm actually shopping for power system just like you're talking about, but not just for the fact that we have wind in Missouri and, we could experience the same crapola, but that we might be able to put, I might be able to filter these weird crackles coming into my ear.
If it's going into your ear, are you still hearing it yourself? Because I'm not hearing it on my end.
I'm hoping you're not hearing it on your end. And I will, be excited to watch the replay of this show and find out if anybody... So speaking of a show, since we're here, we might as well have a show.
Sort of a show.
We're doing
perhaps, of the new season of revamped Creative Connections.
I'm not even going to call it a pilot. I'm going to call it a brainstorming a virtual brainstorming session.
A screen test, perhaps.
Maybe even a screen test, Yeah.
We're checking levels. We're checking sounds. We're making sure all the kinks are worked out before you actually call
We're not... Yeah, we're going to make sure we don't get too kinky. We're going to make sure we...
This is why you brought me here, so that we could get kinky on the screen test, right? We are working through the kinks.
People might really... People in the Get Vocals might really start talking about us if we talk about being kinky in the same place together.
Well, it's kink therapy. I mean,
it is kink. It is a kink.
Work through the kinks. We're not.
Yeah, that's true. We are working through them.
It's like kink therapy.
Or kink intervention.
Channeling our favorite live streaming persona.
Oh, there's several.
I feel like I'm channeling her right now.
Oh, are you channeling my favorite bot woman? She was a guest on Creative Connections previously.
I'm warning you right now that my inflections may dabble into her dialect a little bit. I'm just warning you.
They may go ninja.
There might be giggles.
I don't know
if I'm going to go full ninja, but there might be some ninja guru dabbling happening for the rest of this session.
I think said ninja guru, the queen of black belt bots, may show back up on the show at some point this season.
That's exciting because I love her and she is a delight.
I believe that she may show back up. I think I'm talking to this artist in Florida. And he just finished the most awesome drawing of Captain Marvel.
It's not Marvel. It's Marvel.
It is Marvel, but if you listen to Pop X Cast, if you go to Pop X Cast anywhere on the internet, you might hear more about. I know I watched part of that show the other night, and they were talking about Captain Marvel. I didn't want to watch too much because I haven't seen the movie. So, spoiler alert, there probably are some spoilers in that show.
There's a ton of spoilers, and I know firsthand because, oh wait, I'm on that show.
You're not only on that show, but I suspect some of the spoilers came right out of your very mouth.
They did, because I went with my husband and watched the movie before we did that show, which is rare. Anytime my husband and I leaves the house without the full package going along with it is a rarity. So I was thoroughly excited just to be able to go out with he and I. Date nights don't come often enough, in my opinion.
Well, and date nights are kind of one of those creative connections I think we should talk about sometime too, is date nights might be a good topic for a week. What do people do for date nights?
Outside of the box, instead of just doing, dinner and a movie or whatever.
I have ghosts in my house.
Her roadie is here.
My roadie just shut the door and shut one of the. Well, there was a show going on today, and everybody in the house knew it already.
It's all good. It's all
gonna be what it's gonna be.
Anyways, back to date nights. Trying to be creative, get it outside of the box, some activities that you could do while still staying on a budget, because date nights can get crazy expensive if you let it.
Tell me about it. So my date nights usually end up...
Fantastic topic to add to the list.
Mm-hmm. And even though there are only 2 of us humans in this house, there are 2 of the 4-legged kind, like the one that's behind me here.
Right.
We still have date nights. They're just a little different, and they're probably they might be a little more expensive than your date nights. Kind of. They might not. Some of them might not.
This last weekend was like one of the most expensive dates we've done in years.
Yeah, our most
with the exception of like wedding anniversary, and I'm not counting wedding anniversary as like a date night because that's like a holiday. It's like a special thing. I'm just talking about like a regular date night out. A regular date night out shouldn't cost you like hundreds of dollars.
Right. So we could reveal. I could reveal our most expensive date night was a Valentine's Day. It was at a really neat restaurant here in Kansas City called Webster House. It was a 4-course meal plus wine pairings.
Fancy.
It was one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. But it was easily $3 bills. 3.
Yeah.
That's not our typical date night at all.
Here, Ethan. Ethan has a question that we need to help him answer.
Ethan, what is your question? We have live questions here on this show.
One moment, please. He's coming. So, can you come up here, and we're going to make you a part of the show, and we're going to ask your question. What's your question?
The question is that how much is $1?
How much is $1 in what?
In the thing that you were talking about.
In pennies?
It's 1/100th of a date night.
100 pennies. So you know the little round circles that are copper colored? Yeah. Those are pennies.
Yep.
If you had 100 pennies and added them all together, that would be $1.
How much is $100 pennies?
1,000.
100 times 100.
1,000 pennies.
How much is $100? Not pennies.
The big circle ones?
Yeah.
The silver ones?
Yeah.
You mean quarters?
Yeah.
How many is that?
400.
400? Yeah, I was
That's okay. You were in mom mode. I was in calculating mode.
How much in dimes? That would be
10.
1,000, right? That'd be 10.
That'd be it.
Yeah.
1,000, and then pennies would be 10,000. No.
10,000 pennies for $1,000. All right, is that all you needed?
So,
can you go back down and play? Yeah. All right.
Go start counting your pennies so you can have date nights when you grow up.
That's your math lesson of the day.
That's right. Although, I'm excited for this week to have a date night that involves sushi.
See, I'm not a sushi fan. I know a lot of people that are, and I've even tried it. I've been brave enough to try it.
Good for you.
Not my jam.
Not your thing.
No. I'll do hibachi all day long. If you want to take me to a hibachi sushi place, I will totally eat off the grill, and you can have your rolls.
Oh, well, see, you could come with, because they've got all sorts of cooked stuff.
Let's just have a hibachi party. Next time I come up to, when we get together, wherever it is we meet, we need to
Oklahoma or Kansas City.
A Japanese steakhouse somewhere where it has the sushi and the hibachi.
I am totally with you.
Ooh, better idea. How about you and I, and maybe the family can come along too, I guess if they have to.
Right.
Go to Orlando, hang out with our brother, and have him take us to one of his favorite Japanese steakhouse places that has sushi.
I like that idea.
I think
he should pay for it, though, but I don't know how that would work.
No, that's not fair.
Yeah, because by the time we get there, he's going to be a famous speaker.
That's expensive.
No, he's going to be a famous speaker by then, so it won't matter.
Oh, God, I hope it's not that long.
I hope it's not that long before he becomes a famous speaker either. So, I just realized that my show, in the bottom of our show page, it says some portions pre-recorded. And actually, this part is not pre-recorded. This is so live, it's improv. It's not even scripted in the least because, well, life. Life jumped right in the way, and I couldn't get the scripts going, but I swore I was going to start the show today because
you did it
2 years ago today. Guess what happened? 2 years ago on March 13th.
First thing.
The first thought of Cre8tive Connections was born. It was on my daddy's 70th birthday. Had my daddy been here, it would have been his 70th birthday. And it was when I was as old as he ever was, which was 48. So he never, while he was here, was never my age. And would now be 72 if he were here. And I can't imagine that. I just can't wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around the fact that, like, what I'm experiencing in life right now, he may never have experienced because he wasn't this age.
That's a hard concept.
It's a really odd one.
I honestly don't think that I could possibly do that. When it comes time, and pray that
years and years from now.
Happens.
Yeah.
If I ever reach the age that my dad, passes away on, that I could not possibly imagine living to be.
Older,
go past that,
right?
Yeah,
it's just it's just awkward. It's awkward to think about. It's awkward to feel about.
It's not really a subject we all like to talk about, but it
but it is part of life, Although it's kind of like wrapping your head around things like I was a premature baby when I was born, like the fact that I wasn't supposed to live 24 hours and I'm 50 now. That one's a weird one to wrap your brain around once in a while too.
Isn't medical stuff cool?
Medical, we have friends that are medical miracles too, and they're going to be on the show at some point talking about how to live life with hemophilia, HIV, and hepatitis, and how to live life in the medical miracle moments we're in right now where, like, they might not have to live with those anymore. They don't have to have hepatitis anymore. Oh my God. So let's see. There's that. There's the Queen Ninja Guru, Bot Queen, who creates bots like nobody's botness. There's a comic book artist. Let's see. Live streaming friend of ours, another brother who has TV channels that you can put your shows on. You could have your own. That's actually one of our sponsors, is Livebox USA. And if anybody's interested, if you go look at liveboxusa.com and then get a hold of me, I can hook you up with a channel.
She knows
where you can stream your stuff. You can even go out to 10 different. You can stream to 10 different places at once, all at once, and stream to your own webpage. And boom, it's all automated. Because I'm all about what? Automate To liberate. But why do you automate stuff so that you can liberate your time? So that you can do things like hanging out on the vocals with friends or doing creative projects. I actually colored the other day.
I am very impressed. Did you see my finished thing that I was working on?
No, I did not. I'd like to see that. I had not colored in 3 months. And the other day,
on the internet.
I did. I colored part of my... I didn't get any more done because I went and took a nap.
That's the one that you started with me, right?
That's all I did with you was that part.
On our favorite hangout, Get Vocal, occasionally I will start a room when I'm bored, and we will color, called Color and Chill. And so Stacy came in and joined in on the fun the other night, and she finished up the birdie thing. But this is one that actually took, 2.5 sessions or so?
It was at least that.
Bad boy.
That is...
It was a free printable that I got in a newsletter from the art supply company called Arteza. I don't know if you remember that or not. But if you sign up for their newsletter, I think once a month or so, they sent out a link for a free download for the PDF. And this last month was this coloring page.
And it's so cute.
It's super cute. And actually, it looks like it's all... as I was coloring it, I was like, this actually repeats quite a bit, and I didn't even really notice it whenever I first looked at it, but I mean, there's like 3 buses and 5 cars, and half of this design is repeated up here, but it's like mirrored,
I spy with my little eye. Right.
Yeah, so it was almost it reminded me a lot of like the highlights catalogs. Whenever you were
Yes. I loved those. And now that one little goat, like a skeleton head figure, I swear, no, the other one up there that looks like the little skeleton. No, there's the Pac-Man ghost, but there's the one that looks like the Pink Floyd The Wall
this one.
deals. Yeah, that one just so reminds me of watching Pink Floyd The Wall when I was a teenager.
As I was coloring this entire thing, that was the last element I actually colored on this page because I couldn't get my head wrapped around what I was supposed to do with it.
Like what it was and what it...
I know it's a skull, but what the heck is it on? Is it a leaf? Is it like a fuzzy wig thing? Is it like one of those...
I think he's a caterpillar.
So what I was kind of channeling is like, the... I guess like the African or like the Hawaiian, like tribal...
A mask.
People that wear like the masks with fancy headgear. That's kind of what I was channeling whenever I colored that because I really didn't know what else to do with it.
Which brings another...
This entire thing is this guy right here. And there's another one hiding right up here. And it's a little porcupine. It's the cutest thing.
I love porcupines. Oh, he is. He's cute. What I love about that whole thing is the interpretive nature that, like, yes, there is one that looks like a Pac-Man ghost, but somebody else might see it and see something else.
True.
The school buses they might see as like regular city buses, and are they a different color?
Right. I
let
my daughter pick what color the buses were going to be, so she chose them to be yellow.
And the cupcakes, I think she picked some.
She picked the tops of the cupcakes. Yes, she wanted a purple one and a pink one. So she did pick out those for me, and then I just kind of went from there with all that stuff.
And speaking of Arteza, I believe I tagged this company that you know called Badger Makes in a post that Arteza did about their scratch. I think it was their scratch boards, but it might have been something else. And I tagged Badger Makes in it because I think it would be a great Badger Makes show.
I did see that. That is really cool. The little scratch.
Creative Connection has a new sister show that started this year. Oh wait, it's not a show yet. Right now it's just little glimpses into creativeness.
Small baby steps into a bigger thing that I have a feeling is going to be colossal by the time we get all my crap together. But yes, I am starting a new brand called Badger Makes. It is basically everything encompassing of anything under the creative umbrella that I do, which happens to be a lot.
Are you able to share your screen?
I have quite a bit of... I'm sorry, what was the question?
if you look in the left-hand corner of where we're in the room we're in, you should be able to share your screen, and you could share with us what Badger Makes looks like. And you could show everybody where to get to Badger Makes.
The Instagrams.
You could show
the website first before I start.
Yeah, I think the website would look awesome. Because I think it looks awesome.
Well, as I said, everything is still currently sort of a work in progress.
What does Badger Makes have? What is it? Tell us what Badger Makes is.
Badger Makes is kind of, it is me. It is my creative part of my being, is basically what Badger Makes is in a nutshell. It is everything from, right now it's just a showcase of what I do. Eventually it's going to morph into more of a brand where you can buy my artwork, or maybe I'll start developing a tutorial or a class or something. I don't know. There's lots of brainstorming going on and nothing is set in stone. But as of right now, it's set up mostly like a blog currently. And most of my content is still just on social media because I'm still trying to put all of the cogs still in order for website. But here, let me get...
So you're showcasing what Badger Makes.
Showcasing what Badger Makes actually is. This is the homepage. I have a multiple facet skill set of creativity. I can draw, I can cook, I can bake, I can sew. I do party planning. I do all sorts of things. So I kind of decided that we needed to have a central home for all of the awesomeness that is what I do, because people for years have been telling me, you need to have a blog or something. So eventually I will start doing lives, or at least doing short tutorials, or maybe even a time lapse of a project or something, and it's going to go here in the Badger Make studio. Right. So that is a future project that I am going to be working on, which is very exciting. Miss Stacy over here has been helping me try to get all that set up, the groundwork laid for that. So I'm very excited about that future happening.
I believe you're going to have a channel on Cre8tiva Enterprises TV.
Yes, you did. We have
talked about that. And a shop where people...
In a shop, and as I mentioned earlier, eventually I will have products here where you can buy prints from me, do digital download stuff, but also I am considering setting it up to where you can actually buy physical works. Not quite there yet. If you click on the shop, there is one item in it. It's actually quite hilarious in my opinion. It's not going. Oh, it is going. It's just very slow. You will see that in my shop there is only one rubber duck. No, you cannot buy the rubber duck. It is just my silly duck. It's clearly...
But you could totally donate $1 to Badger Makes.
I will not say no to money. So you just go ahead and send me that $1 if you feel like you need to.
I think a donation is great.
Another secret little thing that's on the world of Badger Makes is Badger Makes Jr. I am a mom. I have 2 children, and they love to do projects with me. My daughter especially is extremely into art and wants to do everything that I do all the time. So I decided to give them a little corner of the internet to be able to showcase some of their stuff. It's like, think of it as like internet's refrigerator for my kids to hang up their artwork, okay? So this is kind of what I'm going to be doing with that. My daughter's 8 years old, so she's really into the whole YouTube tutorial thing, so we're probably going to be getting some of that action going on too eventually. She actually did one Lego tutorial, which was absolutely adorable, that's out on our YouTube page. I'll have to link that up in here
and
too.
I was going to say, we'll put that in the show notes. We'll put a link. Right. We'll put a link to Badger Makes website, Instagram.
The Makes kind of broken down. We have art, which is going to encompass all of my drawings, coloring, painting, whatever, crafting, anything that's basically put together with a glue gun. I also have a Cricut machine that I absolutely adore and abuse constantly with making cards, crafts, iron-ons, vinyl stuff, anything that you can run in a Cricut, I've pretty much done. It's an amazing tool that everyone should own.
You have a Cricut, I have a brother, Scan and Cut, but they both cut stuff.
Yes. Parties, I am in another skill that I have and don't utilize nearly as much as I should anymore. Graphic design. I am a graphic designer, so I'm very familiar with all things beautimous when it comes to stationery, design, and I actually have some really fun ones I've done for the kids over the years and other people as well. Bridal showers and whatnot, baby showers, all that good stuff.
You are a party planner extraordinaire, down to the thematic detail.
Kind of all encompassing of all the fun stuff that I do. Mm-hmm. I do cakes. As you can see there's my little cupcakes that I did for my daughter. I made my mom the most beautiful cake that I've probably ever done in my entire life, and I'm incredibly proud of. Is my mom's 60th birthday cake.
Was gorgeous.
That will be on there as well at some point whenever I get there. And I can also do, another wonderful thing about the Cricut machine is that it can help you make party decor so much fun. It's been happening.
And it's decor that people think that you bought at the store sometimes.
Sometimes. But sometimes,
like
I made my
cake decorations that people think came from the store.
Yeah, I made my son's piñata for his Super Mario party. And it was, like the coin block that Mario jumps up and hits, and it looks just like you would buy it at the store. It was the coolest thing ever. I was super excited about how that turned out. Anyway, so we can have parties all day long of all sorts of types. And then we move on to food. I am not a gourmet chef, but I do throw down some pretty tasty meals in the kitchen on occasion, so I decided we needed to have a little bit of an homage to my...
You can fill a crock pot like nobody's business.
Crock pots are the most glorious invention created. For all sorts of reasons.
And I suspect you'll end up in an Instapot before the year's up.
Probably so. I think that might end up on my wish list. So anyways, that's kind of a very, very quick overview of BadgerMakes.com. Most of my current content, because people are like, well, I want to see all this cool stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and we're going to put links to Badger Makes, the Instagram, and...
error occurred. I promise you that eventually all of this content will make it to the website once I get there. But
I think Instagram's having issues today because I had that same issue happen.
Serious issues today. Yeah, it's not wanting to play. So Stacy can link to my Instagram. It's just at Badger Makes, and I'll go ahead and shut down the screen share since it's not playing nice today, so you can see my face. Hi.
So we'll put the website, the Instagram, the Facebook, and the YouTubes, so they can see that cute video.
On the internet, we try to make it super simple so people can remember it if they're actually interested. Badger Makes with an S at the end. It's
it's more simple than Cre8tivConnections, which you can see above our head.
Facebook page too. I try to kind of keep the same content going on both places, Facebook and Instagram. So that's where all of my creative goodness is right now until I can get my act together with this website situation. But there's lots of fun things. I'm always doing something. Now,
you're doing a challenge.
I don't know. Stacy, did you know that it is the National Crafters Month?
That I did not know.
I learned that, when I was 2 days ago old. Actually, I think it was like March 3rd or 4th. I don't remember what day it was that I was scrolling through the feeds, and I was like, I don't know when this started, but this is awesome, and I need to jump on this train, especially since I'm trying to launch this new brand. I need to get myself out there and participate.
You jumped on the train like you were running along with it and jumped right into one of the cars.
I did. I think it was like day 6 or day 7 whenever I jumped on this train. Now, I know you guys have probably heard of, and if you haven't, this is a new little thing for you. On Instagram, they have a thing called challenges. And what it is somebody makes a list of prompts. And usually it's one prompt per day. You just take one picture. And sometimes it's for a full month, sometimes it's for a week. It's up to the person on however long you want it to take you. So this particular challenge I'm participating in is called the Craftic, Craftic, Craftic Challenge. It's a fun little account the girl's running over there. She's got all kinds of fun, creative people that participate in her challenge for the month, and that's how she's celebrating the Crafters Month, as she has her own challenge. And she's focusing her challenge on craft supplies. Now, I'm a creative person. I have a good hoard of craft supplies, but honestly...
I see some back there.
Collecting craft supplies is a hobby all in itself. I will tell you this right now. You may not even do anything with it, and you feel like you've accomplished something in life because you have an incredible craft supplies collection.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it is that way. It's almost like hoarding tendencies in a way, but I actually use mine. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually use my stuff.
As long as you use them once or twice, you're good, I think.
So every single day. So I told you that I didn't start this until like the 6th or 7th day. So like the first day I was like, okay, I need to get started on this. I was like tearing through all of my craft supplies, trying to toss all these, layouts together so I could catch up on the fun because I wanted to participate in this. I have been having so much fun doing this. I thought it was going to be like, just one thing here or there. No, I've actually been like, okay, how am I going to lay this out? How is it going to be lit? It's going to be like all photographer city up in here. I didn't never think I would be that person to be all anal.
Oh, you're totally that person.
How photography worthy my craft supplies looks. It's ridiculous. So I've noticed that as we've been progressing, because today is day 13, I just took the picture. I haven't posted it yet. I will be posting it.
Surprise.
And today's prompt is scraps. Now, if you actually use your craft supplies in one way or another, you will accumulate scraps of your craft supplies, whether it's ribbon or paper or fabric or yarn or whatever it is you use, vinyl. I've seen so many people post about their scrapped hoard that they have. I have a cardstock.
You can't throw it out.
No, you can't.
You've paid money for this.
If the project that you're working on only uses like half of the page, you don't throw the other half out. Or if you use like a third of a page, sometimes whenever, especially if you're doing Cricut work, sometimes the Cricut only needs like that much of a page of an 8.5 by 11. So you develop all of these scraps over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my crafting choice of the day, was to showcase my cardstock scrap pile that I have accumulated. I'm not huge on keeping scraps around of stuff. I do have some ribbon, but that's about it. I don't have a bunch of other stuff laying around. Most of it.
I have a scrappy crafter.
Use as you go. Yes. So that's today's feature. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow is another totally different thing. Yesterday was your least favorite color.
I saw that one. It about made me throw up in my mouth a little.
Play this however you want. It could be markers or crayons or paper or fabric or a paint color on the wall that you still haven't painted over because you just moved into your new house. It doesn't matter how you photography, as long as you're doing it and it's related to the prompt, you're good. So, the sky's the limit on how creative you can be within these challenges, which I find incredibly fascinating.
So maybe we need to do like a dual challenge.
You should do a Creative Connections challenge. And
okay. Hashtag no excuses. Maybe you should do one. Maybe you should do a challenge that's Badger makes, like on whatever DIY month is.
You're right.
Find out if there's not a DIY month. Yeah, but DIY includes makers of all sorts of things.
It does.
Or party planning month.
I think that regardless of what your account is, if you're into Instagram and you are looking for a way to get interaction from your community, connect with new people, this is definitely the way to do that, because my account is so new, I don't have a lot of followers right now.
True.
And I know that to tap into the crafting world, there's tons of people out there would be relevant for the content that I'm producing. I just have to reach them. So what better way than to join someone else's challenge and participate and engage.
And hashtag city.
Oh yeah, hashtag city, of course. You have 27 is your magic number. You can go over. But
hashtag city, but you were getting ready to say engage. I think that's the most important part of human connection. It's the
number
key.
one key thing that is always overlooked. People are like, follow for follow. That stuff doesn't work. Mm-mm. Please don't do that. It's like spam city. It's gross. It has an icky feeling to it. If you want to grow your page, join a challenge or do something, find a hashtag and search through the feed. If you see a picture that you like, sure, go ahead and give it a double tap. Likes are awesome. Comments are even more powerful.
Likes are okay. Comments and actually engaging with words is much better.
I'm not talking about, doing a quick drive-by, love this, and then like an emoji or something. That's not engaging, okay? That's just, you might as well have double tapped and ran on by. Exactly. Let's say I love, for example, there was this one lady that, it was stationery day the other day, and she posted the picture of a couple of different things, and she had the cutest little folder that had like this, balloon animal, and it was like rainbow stripes in the back. It was the cutest thing ever. My daughter would have died over it, but of course I'm kind of like that stuff too. So, I typed on there and I said, I love this. Her photography is gorgeous consistently. I said, I love this. My favorite is the balloon animal one. She replied to me within 30 seconds. She's like, it's my favorite one.
She was so excited that somebody said something specific. You want to engage, you want to connect with people. Hello, it's about creative connections. It's about the connections with other people.
The person that created the challenge, the Cre8tiv chick that's doing the Cre8tiv challenge, she goes through and she comments. I would say on probably at least 80% of the pictures that are participating in her challenge. It's like, oh my God, I love this. Or I see why you don't like this color. I can only imagine what dealing with children make you dislike other colors too, or something along that. It's relevant, relatable conversation. People don't talk to each other anymore, and it shows in social media.
You can't just give a you can't just give a like. You can't just give a share. You've got to find something that you connect with there. Yeah, even if it's a mini relationship.
Just develop a mini relationship for 30 seconds. That's all it takes. Type something out.
Make somebody, the other thing is I found when I, on my watercolor group that I'm in, if I go over there and I say something, say something's just, it mesmerizes me and I'm like, oh my God, the composition you had in this is gorgeous. Or I say something specific like that. I've not only engaged with that person, I've frequently found out from them, they've said, oh my God, I needed to hear that today. Yeah, I needed to hear it today.
Yeah, you're uplifting another person. It doesn't take but a minute, if anything, and that's including loading time. And you're not only making someone on their day, but if you spread sparkle, it makes you feel better as a person on the inside. If you're feeling down,
and voice typing. Voice typing.
Oh,
you can do it like that, even with the hand injury.
Proofread it. But just proofread.
Oh yeah, proofread. Oh yeah. Autocorrect sucks. Can I just say autocorrect? I did that to my mom the other day. I was trying to tell her the name of this alcohol that we had from Scotland that I was trying to tell my friend in Scotland about and tell them. And I kept typing in Glayva. It's the name of it, Glaiva. Yeah. It kept typing, what did it say? It said glad space A.
Oh,
I'm like, and she's like, no, it's Glaiva. And I'm like, yeah, I know. My autocorrect jacked up.
Circle back to engagement. Not only does it give you the good feels on the inside, which, most people are like, yeah, that's great, whatever. I'm trying to grow my account. Paying it forward is basically what this is encompassing, okay? The universe will come back to you and give you the follows.
Oh, yeah, because that person's going to tell their friends that you are an engaging person, a great person.
Genuinely engaging. Let's just say genuinely engaging, not just engaging.
Oh, yeah, because, we know a little bit about disgenuine engaging, too. We've seen a lot of that.
It feels icky. It feels very icky.
Yeah.
Like robot posts. You can tell the difference, right?
And
like a spam account engaging with you on your account versus an actual person. Yeah, you can tell the difference. You know the difference.
Which, when we were talking about the bot queen earlier, that's one of the important things about if you build a bot for your account, it needs to not be a robot. It needs to be an extension of yourself, and you still are involved. But I'll save that for our queen ninjas for her show.
Let her. Yes, my pretties.
See, there you go.
I'm not going to do her. I'm not channeling her like I was earlier.
That's good, because you are channeling Lindsay now, I think.
I am. I am me.
The beautifulness of the badgers.
Well, thank you. But yeah, I say that if you are genuinely engaging with the people, and you're taking that extra second to stop scrolling and make a comment, you will find more often than not only will they come over to your account and look at your posts and possibly give you a like or maybe even engage back, but they will follow you because you actually showed the human condition, which is rare.
And then after they follow you and you show them the human condition even more, then the real magic happens. Then they share you with friends
without being prompted to.
And they share your stuff without being prompted, and they also tell friends, oh my God, go over and follow this person. They're wonderful. They will tell their friends about the coolness that you are.
They know your story, or they at least they're learning about your story, and if they like it, they will share it on their own without you having to be kind of spammy. Like a lot of live feeds are like, hey guys, while we're waiting on people to come in, go ahead and hit the like and share button because we need to get all of your friends in here so that we can grow, which, I mean, is necessary because, trust me, even whenever I'm watching live streams, sometimes I forget that the buttons are there, so the reminder is helpful.
The reminder is helpful, and actually I'll say, that's a good segue to just say, if we have given you great content on this brainstorming, not even really an episode, feel free to hit the like and the share and the subscribe. I would love that. But if we haven't, I want you to give me a message of what you would like to see here. That's what I'd love to see even more.
Or tell us what you don't like so we can stop doing it because,
Yeah, except for the sound thing here because I'm working on that, okay?
I haven't heard it once, to be honest.
That's good.
Maybe on your end, but
if anybody else has heard weird sounds, tell me about it, but please don't be snarky about it. I'm working on that.
Just be like, hey, by the way,
it did happen.
I noticed the tech thing happened.
It happened.
Because live streaming is all about tweaking your stuff.
It's also all about being real. So, there's wind in Missouri and Oklahoma.
We are not staged, scripted personalities that came out of a can. We are actual human beings.
I'm not good at scripted in general.
I personally like screwing stuff up just to see how it broke so we cannot do it again next time.
She breaks the stuff just so we can see what happens.
Let's break the internet.
So everybody go over and try and break badgermakes.com.
Sure. If you want to, there's not much there to break.
Actually, if you find something that breaks, let us know, Go buy a rubber duck. It's just a picture of a rubber duck. You're not buying anything at all.
It's like Second Life. It's a virtual rubber duck.
It's a virtual rubber duck. That's all you get.
And I would just reading the description thoroughly before purchasing, because you will then pick up that it is a snarky virtual Second Life duck.
Yes, and it might be worth buying because of that alone. I think a donation to Badger Makes would be great.
I entertained myself writing the description, so a quick read through won't kill you.
Oh yeah,
I guess
it was quite funny. I've read it. I have donated to Badger Makes too.
Right, snarky things.
Yeah, donating to Badger Makes is great. Donating to Creative Connections, I've had people donate there too.
I should probably make sure it's connected properly before people start trying to send me $1 million, right?
Yeah, because we don't want their money out floating around to the interwebs, because if they're going to give it to you,
honestly, I think they would probably just get an error message and be like, "This shit's broke. Move on."
So
I'll get it fixed eventually. This is my part-time job. It's an extreme hobby at the moment. So momming is number one, and I'm all about that mom life. I mom hard.
You mom super hard, but it's also documenting that momming.
It is, and it's sometimes I forget to take pictures of my dinners that are actually really good, and I make them look all pretty. Like last night, I had to remove my plate from the table before I sat down and started scarfing it because it smelled so delicious, and I was tortured all day long with the cooking crock pot with this delicious pork just simmering in all of its goodness.
There should have been you can't have smell-o-vision.
Hours 8 hours smelling this delicious dinner. You want to engulf that as quickly as possible at dinner time. So I had to discipline myself and be like, no, go grab your phone. Go take a quick picture or two. Go taunt your friends really fast. And then after you're done eating dinner, go make a social media post.
Right. You just have to collect the evidence. You have to remember to collect the evidence. And well,
I know I value my friends because I had to go taunt them first before I ate the dinner.
And that was extremely evil, by the way. I was eating a sandwich, and I get this picture of these glorious pork carnita tacos.
And they are on Badger Mix right now.
Yeah.
Like you can go over there and look, and you know, this would be a perfect time for the technology of scratch and sniff to actually become a thing, or like smell-o-vision.
I think smell-o-vision, like when you look at something, when you touch something, it should
scratch your phone screen and you can,
yeah, or doing videos of the torture of the smelling yesterday would have been funny.
Because, you know, you like cook the little roast in your crock pot. I took the lid off, and I had my 2 forks were like ready to like do the shreddy thing. 1 fork just poked in, and it was like, it like fell apart. I was like, shut up.
Melting pork goodness.
So good. I only had to use 1 fork. Just to
kind
of like poke around on it. And
watching that stroganoff our friend made the other day. We got to watch it from start to finish, and
that's what's in my crock pot right now. It's gonna be so
okay, I'm done with you. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I don't have anything in the crock pot today. Well, so to wrap up what we've talked about who's going to be here.
A lot of things today.
We've talked a lot about Badger Makes, which you'll probably hear more about again.
Intro of Badger Makes, but we did.
If you
talk
go
about
and
engagement on the social medias,
how to build relationships is.
Yes, relationships.
A little bit about productivity, like do all the things all at once to prep your stuff. We need to do some productivity things like that. A productivity challenge might be coming. Maybe a 5-day or 7-day productivity challenge through a bot. We'll see. Indigo P. Liberate, the cruise director for the Liberation Cruise on Brayuka Enterprises Cruise Lines, is working on a 5-day challenge for productivity that will come through your messenger. So if you go to...
Now, this isn't a real cruise line. It's like an internet
It's
thing.
a liberation of your life cruise. You're cruising towards your own liberation.
I got it. I'm loving
Yeah, it's a virtual cruise. And it's liberating your time so you can spend time hanging out with friends. Like yesterday, I did 3 weeks worth of social media posts, completed them, did the photos, did the graphic, did the typing, did the text, put them all in a planner, and you will see them all now through April or March 31st.
Cool.
They're all there, and then here in the next week or so, I'm going to go and hopefully finish and do April so that I'll be ahead. But that's some of the planning things you kind of have to do, like meal prepping for families or planning ahead for social media posts, or if you're going to create a challenge.
We did a huge meal plan the other day. I wrote down probably 21 meals, and we had like a $300 grocery bill. Other than like, you know, the fresh produce stuff, we kind of get those on like a week basis or so. But, I mean, the majority of it, if you have it planned out, is so much easier.
Do you have pictures of the meal planning or scenario that happened?
I have.
Because that sounds like a blog post or a video tutorial in the works.
That is the list of... I made my husband sit down and I said, write down all the meals you want for the rest of the month. We will probably not eat every single one of these.
Yep.
I have all of the ingredients for it, with the exception of like...
Which means you might be able to go even farther than...
Yeah, so these will probably stretch out into April, just because, you know, you're going to have moments where you're going to want to go out to eat with friends or family, or you have a wedding to go to. Actually, Friday night I have salmon planned. That's not going to fly because we have a wedding to go to. It's an evening wedding. So that right there is already a change. But
evening weddings must be a thing in Oklahoma. You've had several lately.
Getting married in a barn is a thing also, apparently. So, I did get that. The whole mason jar, let's eat cherry pie instead of wedding cake and let's get buried in a silo or a barn. I don't get it. I've seen some beautiful weddings in barns, but I still personally, if it was me and I had to go back 10 years ago, I don't think I would consider a barn.
No, I don't know. I did right outside of a barn and had a hog roast with the jazz trio.
I mean, it just depends on what...
And a peanut butter cake.
You want. Of course you did.
Actually, I had chocolate cake with peanut butter filling, and then I had a white cake with...
I think you're going to turn into a peanut.
Creme brulee. I already am part...
Oh, wait, you are nutty.
I'm part peanut.
I think it's already accomplished.
She thinks I'm nuts, and I have squirrels. Squirrels like nuts.
Skills in the future, yes? Planning, not last minute, fly by the seat of the pants sort of thing. See, now I'm a procrastinator, Stacy. I am the worst planner on the face of the planet.
What?
I fly by the seat of my pants the majority of my life. But here's the funny thing. When it comes to my kids, they're routined. They're planned to a T. But when it comes to me as a person, I'm a fly by the seat of my pants.
Yep.
Procrastinating. I think it's like a standard MO for creatives in general. That's kind of how we do.
I think so. Well, I think we have parts of our life that are very, planned. Like, in order to work for myself, I have to have some very rigid planning for part of my week. And then the rest of my week is very free-for-all.
Right.
Although each day, and this is just a productivity tip for the day before we leave, I'll leave you guys with one productivity tip. Every night before you go to bed, think of the things you need to do the next day, because you're already thinking of them anyway, right?
Like an outfit?
Grab you a piece of paper and write down you can write them all down, but take the top 3 things you need to get done. And put stars next to your top 3. The top 3 things. And then put that piece of paper away, just have the top 3, and then I want you to circle the one that you have to get done. Because a lot of times we beat ourselves up if we don't get the whole damn list done. And really, we need to look at the top 3 things, and we need to look at the one thing we need to get done. So what's your one thing for today?
My one thing was to make sure that the crock pot got turned on, because I have martial arts and I'm not going to have time to cook. So if that doesn't happen by the time lunchtime happens,
dinner wouldn't have happened.
It would be a McDonald's drive-through sort of night, and that's not healthy at all.
Yeah. So my one thing was to make sure this show happened at all. And tomorrow my one thing is, what is my one thing? I haven't written my things down. So tonight I'll go through and find out what my 3 things are and then what my one thing. I think I already have ideas of what my one thing is that I have to make sure, there goes my calendar. My other one thing tonight, I have to adult, and I have to grade papers tonight.
We'll have to make that a whole show where we go through and talk about prioritizing not only your daily tasks, but also making sure that self-care is in
Self-care is a show on its own, I think, too.
But it's also talking about scheduling your life and making sure that you have time for
scheduling self-care and making sure that no one takes it away.
I neglect myself a lot because I'm, like I said, I mom hard.
I'm going to crack the whip on you.
That means, dry shampoo I take in stock, like Sam's Club, So
you can dry shampoo because then you can take care of yourself in other ways.
Yes, and no. There's multiple ways that we can.
Ultimately, you want to, yeah. So, as of right now, we at least have a brainstorming show under the belt.
We do.
Thank you so much, Lindsay Badger, for helping me with getting that to happen. And I will thank the person who did my intro and outro. His name's Scotty McBee. You can find him scottymcbee.com. MCBEE. He is. And the music from the beginning is
not like internet brother, like real.
No, like real blood brother.
From the same mother brother.
From the same mother, fight sometimes, hate each other sometimes. Well, we don't hate each other, but we're really pissed at each other sometimes. But we also really, really love each other, and that's not going to change.
Scotty is a super talented musician, so he rocked it for you.
So the music you heard in the intro was actually from a acoustic duo that he plays with called Beauty and the McBeast, McBeest. So McBeast is spelled with 2 E's because his name's McBee. So it's a play on words. It's beautyandthemcbeast.com, and you can follow them. You can get their music on that'll be in the show notes how you can get their music, but it is a version of a song that they do, except it's not published anywhere but here, so we don't have copyright issues. The song at the end is a song that our dad wrote and my brother redid, and you will hear it momentarily, and he did the voiceovers. So I want to thank him for the hard work he did for cheap for me out of that. And you will see it, or you will hear it in the outro here in a moment.
So,
and
socials?
I'm sorry?
Stace, what's your socials, love?
The socials, you can find me. You can find me at 2 places. Number 1, you can find me at Cre8tivConnections.
That's this show.
That's this show right here.
Oh my God.
And then you can find me at Stacy Braiuca. STACYBRAIUCA. And you will see that repeated in the outro. It will tell you all about where to find me, where to find the music, where to find our sponsors, and how to help us make this show
And honestly, I don't remember if I introduced myself, so I don't even know if these people know who my name is.
I think your name is Badger Makes.
The business is Badger Makes, but I mean, it's also an animal. My name is Lindsay Badger. In case anybody didn't figure that one out. Lindsay Badger, you can find me on the internet as personal if you want to, learn more about, the kids, the fam, the hubs, and all the craziness that entails my life and how I mom hard. It's LR Badger pretty much everywhere. And then, of course, again, as we mentioned earlier, I am doing a new brand called Badger Makes. It's really all the creativeness, the creative umbrella of my life, and it's all Badger Makes everywhere on the internet as well.
And you can also see you mom hard on Badger Makes, really.
Well, sort of.
A little bit.
I try to keep
you can see the periphery.
Focused on the creativity, but there is, mom elements in there.
The periphery of the mom is there because she doesn't ever not mom. Well, no, I take that back. You step away from the mom for a moment, but you are always the mama.
I put the hat up and let my husband dad for a couple hours, but then I'm still the mom.
You are always the mama. Sometimes you put the hat away and take care of yourself. So I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. My name's Stacy Braiuca, and people hire me who are scared of their inboxes being full, their million idea insomnia, and their struggles with productivity. And they hire me to help them automate things so they can liberate their self-care time for spending it with friends and family and doing fun things, even things like creating. I hope you have enjoyed this show that's not been a show, and that you will follow us, tell us what you want on it, and see us next time, because Lindsay will probably join me here and there. I appreciate that. Lots. In all of our purple and blueness. So.
Yes.
Have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will be back on another Wednesday, or even a random time to see you. Hump day.
Thank you for participating in our podcast today. You can find Stacy at STACYBRAIUCA on any social media channels. Support us with your purchases in the Amazon store at amazon.com/shop/STACYBRAIUCA. Audio production courtesy of Scotty McBee of Upper Deck Studios. Music courtesy of Scott Edward McBee, Crystal Gatewood, and Scotty McBee, who perform by the name Beauty and the McBeast. We appreciate their creativity, originality, and sponsorship of the show. Find Beauty and McBeast albums on iTunes using the link in our show notes below and follow them at beautyandthemcbeast.com. McBeast is spelled with 2 E's. If you are listening on your favorite podcast provider, come by and visit us at our podcast website at Cre8tivConnections.com. Thank you from Creative Connections, creating connections while inspiring others to create their futures. See you next time.